Hello everyone from Serdjio, and today we have on review not just Cayenne, but the most expensive Cayenne, sold in the CIS countries in the entire history of Porsche, brand, €348,000. Meet Cayenne Turbo S. Believe me, we don't have simple cars on the channel. I am an avid fan of the brand Porsche, and you know, our channel had a lot of cars of this brand. What's so unusual? Cayenne Turbo S, 575 horsepower, 4 seconds from 0 to 100. How about €348,000? This is the most expensive Cayenne ever sold in the former Soviet Union. Porsche. And before starting a review of our Cayenne, first I would like to drive up to the official Porsche service and find out why such money was given in order to tell you more about it. We came to the specialists, to our friends Porsche Kyiv Airport, Bogdan in front of us. Bogdan, hello.
Hello.
Bogdan, tell us why this Porsche costs so much.
One in the world.
Is this car the only one in the world?
Yes, it's a car from the unit Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur. First of all, it is the version Turbo S, the exclusive version. If I'm not mistaken, they were sold only 4 or 5 cars in the whole Ukraine. Also the equipment of the car, the filling, the options that we see before our eyes, which are inside the car, in the interior. There is all that maximum exclusivity, which could be ordered.
In fact, everything that Porsche could give for this model at the time of purchase, in the 15th year, was installed here.
Practically.
Okay, what is Porsche Manufaktur? Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur is not the usual Porsche.
Yes, this is no ordinary unit Porsche. The Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur division is a separate part, a separate structure Porsche, which deals with exclusive options. By exclusive options, we mean even such a radiator grille. Or, for example, this decorative stitching. In this car it is made in the color acid green, such an acid green color. Also seat centers. In general, this is a separate request that is sent to the manufacturer. And this manufacturer, for his part, thinks through the concept, he proposes options, and they discuss all these points with the client.
I show the first interesting moment. Bogdan, you are going to comment on this. The first thing I did when I opened this particular passenger door, I said, couldn't they have made the seat adjustment buttons like I had in 911, that is, brushed chrome? To this the owner says to me, yes, they're black, but they're leather. You understand that these buttons are leather. In principle, as well as lamellas of air ducts. Tell me some interesting features of this car.
The first thing that immediately catches your eye is the interior. It's the bright salade centers of the seats, and such a salade effect from the car, the salade design.
Is this some kind of unusual skin?
It's not basic leather, it's softer and higher quality leather and therefore of a completely different grade. As we can see from the condition of the car, that is, the quality.
The car ran almost 90,000, I was surprised. Guys, I'm a fan of BMW too. I like the brand BMW, of course, I'm a fan of Porsche too. But as they say in my language on my channel, BMW is still a long way from the quality of Porsche, especially BMW M series. Especially BMW M3 in the latest body, with their bucket seats. It's just awful, it's just junk and incredible shit. The condition of the car with the mileage of 2,000 kilometers, guys, it just sucks. People were cheated. I feel sorry for them. I think next time you choose Porsche 911. Several thousand kilometers, and the seats are damaged, huge cracks everywhere. Bogdan, tell me why it's so expensive.
Yes.
Brake system.
Carbon ceramic.
I see. How much did this option cost approximately?
4,000
euros?
Yes, for the turbo kit.
Inexpensive. Many people think that this is a marker-painted special stripe on the discs. Is this the original?
This is the original, made by Exclusive Manufaktur.
Now you guys understand where the fashion for these rims came from. Porsche sets the trend for all car markets. Are the rims a special order or not?
These are classic wheels for Porsche and Cayenne as well. Rims of this design are now offered in all cars. I wouldn't say it's a special order, but it's made for Exclusive Manufaktur.
The maximum set Turbo S cost about 250,000, the maximum set, right?
No.
No? Just a pretty good turbo kit?
Yes, let's say so.
What's another 100,000 for?
We're not going to take into account carbon ceramic and Burmester audio system A. We're not even going to take into account the entertainment systems for the rear passengers, that is, the rear displays. For the most part, everything else is exactly an exclusive from Exclusive Manufaktur. That is the color of the stitching, seat trim, seat control console trim and steering column, the colors of the interior as a whole. Considering all these features, we already understand what this car is worth. Porsche has no goal of differentiating between customers who buy Turbo S and those who buy Cayenne and with the base engine, in terms of paint and materials. It's a sport design. We can see that from the wheel arch extenders and side skirts, as well as the front and rear bumper of a different design. But due to the fact that there is a different engine, there is a sports exhaust system, the car sounds different, it sounds very cheerful.
2 final questions. Question number 1. Does the car have an extended warranty or maybe some extended warranty due to the fact that the car is so expensive and exclusive, or is it a basic car in fact and service?
It's not a base car, but the warranty is offered for 15 years, just like any official Porsche.
Guys, only Porsche offers a 15-year extended warranty, thanks for saying that. And if I buy myself a fresh 911 model, or Panamera, or maybe even a brand new Taycan, of course, it will have an extended warranty. Guys, this is not advertising integration, these are our friends. I suggest we move inside. We have already been brewed tea, and we will see what is Porsche exclusive in your configuration room.
Yes.
Go. Guys, we're already inside the car dealership Porsche Kyiv Aeroport, in the configuration room where the cars are created. Customers come to buy a car for 150,000, but end up paying the full 200,000. Bogdan, surprise us.
We see what we can offer the client. What the client can individualize his car, make it stand out among the gray mass of cars in Kiev, Ukraine, or even in the whole world. Despite what we see here, that is, the options and colors we see here are not Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur.
There's practically nothing of what's in our car here.
Yes.
I mean, although there's a bunch of stuff here, look at how many colors and stuff, leather upholstery, different handles, and you can even write your personal words on the sills that will glow, whatever you order. That is, it turns out that Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur is such an exclusive product that nothing is even presented here.
Almost. In fact, it's handmade. When everything is stitched by hand, the color of the stitching is selected, the color of the leather is selected, and the quality of the leather is also selected. Because leather from Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur is not ordinary, it is more durable, it is softer, it is more durable and longer lasting.
I'm looking at the leather upholstery available here, there are different ones. I asked if there is leather available here that is used in our car. I think this leather is very soft, and you said no, this leather is tougher than the leather we have in our car. I understand correctly. The car is created and is no longer remade, it is created at once, because at Alpina, for example, the interior is re-stitched. They take the car BMW, bring it to their factory, disassemble the interior BMW, re-stitch it and put their own interior. Is it different here?
Differently.
How is it produced? Is it a separate line or what?
Let's put it this way, let's start specifically with the ordering process. The actions themselves are always discussed with clients, that is, we have the usual price list and we have the client's wishes. Client's wishes are separate lines, which are prescribed and sent to exclusive manufacture. Further, exclusive manufacture confirm what can be done, and what on the contrary do not advise to do. And so we come to a consensus with the client and decide to order the car.
There are situations where people at Porsche, in the Porsche representative office can say, we're not going to do that, red and orange don't go well together, for example. Do you have these situations?
Of course, that is, we understand and advise the client, offering pictures so that the client himself understands that this is really a bad combination and there will be no beauty.
What can't be combined with what? Roughly tell me exactly what combinations can't be ordered. Wood with red carbon.
Of course not.
Yeah, tell me about ordering a car. The man came and wants an exclusive, then what?
We send a request, write out all the exclusive options that interest the client, we get confirmation from exclusive manufacturer, get the cost, agree it with the client, all look at the computer in the 3D design. The model is displayed at 360 degrees, we look with the customer, choose what we want or don't want, and then we order. The manufacturing process is different. This machine knows how to tick off exclusive manufacture. We understand that this is an exclusive order, and Porsche, as a manufacturer, also understands that. It's a different approach to shaping the car, the body, all the parts.
A customer ordered such a car. Approximately how long it is made compared to a regular car?
About 2 or 3 months longer.
That is, if a normal machine is done 2 to 4 months, approximately, taking into account delays and quarantines, maybe faster, maybe longer, that is, you have to wait from 2 to 4 months. This car to wait at least 6 months?
Right.
Or longer. Are people willing to wait?
They agree.
How many cars Porsche Exclusive do you sell a year? Or maybe it's one car a year, or once every 2 years?
If we are talking about this particular Cayenne, now their sales have dropped significantly. Now there is more demand for our sports cars. The 911th model, or the 718th. And such a car is one per year, with some kind of limited version.
Do you understand what kind of car this is? We don't consider ordinary cars. It's not an ordinary Cayenne and it's not Volkswagen Touareg. Guys, this car is expensive, exclusive and very rare, because, according to our information, this car was the most expensive Cayenne not just in Ukraine, but in the whole CIS, for the whole history Porsche on the territory of the independent CIS states, as they say. I don't even know how to say it so you don't laugh. This is such a rare car. It's not even about the price or the power. The car is not very fast. There are cars coming today that can outrun this Cayenne. The thing is, when you sit down or drive or touch something that's produced once a year, it's... And how many cars on average do you sell a year, 500 or 1,000?
If all over Ukraine, then up to 500 cars.
Out of 500 cars, this is one diamond, roughly speaking. This is very cool.
Yes.
And if we talk about Cayenne, in the entire history of the brand Porsche in Ukraine, probably only one car was assembled. Most of the demand is either Panamera, or the 911th model.
To your own personality. Tailor-made. In an extraordinary place. At Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur.
The car was bought 4.5 years ago by my father. It is our family car, and the car was very rarely used. In 4 years it has covered only 70,000 kilometers, of which 30,000 in the last year. This car has old features Porsche that are not preserved in the new models. It's a control that at one point warns you that you might go off the track, but at the same time always supports the driver and you're 100% confident in the car. Here is an insane exhaust motor, the sound of which can compete with Mercedes G-Class 63rd series with the engine volume of 5.5 liters. And there is nothing to compare it to BMW, because the engine sound is much worse there. You just have to hear the sound in this car, especially you have to hear it when the engine is running between 4 and 6,000 RPM. It has the biggest brake discs, the biggest ceramic system possible. It saves in all situations, but with the previous warm-up, there are 10 pistons, a 430 or 435 mm brake disc. This is a replacement Porsche Panamera 18th year. New cars are made for girls, they are made for ladies who don't know how to drive them, who want to drive an expensive and fast car, but can't yet. That's why the new cars were created for them. And it's old school, you sit down, you press the pedal, and you're blown away and immediately squeezed into the seat. All Porsche Cayenne of this model have a problem with the panoramic roof, and there is nothing you can do about it. If you want to drive with a nice view, you have no options. The roof creaks, but it only creaks when folded. If you're driving in the summer with the sunroof open, you're fine, but if you're driving on some rough surface, you start to get the roof holder squeaking. It's uncomfortable and you have to change the whole panoramic roof, but I don't see the point. It's not repairable in any way, it just occurs over time. Other disadvantages of the cabin. In addition to the panoramic roof, there is not a very good all-around camera, but this is rather an interface. The old multimedia system, the old cameras, the old quality, it's not cool in 2021, but it's enough in all conditions. There is another nuance that applies to carbon ceramic, it squeaks until it warms up. But when the carbon ceramic is heated, it will stop the car at any second, at any speed.
The rubric, bets. Vlad, what are your bets?
570.
What does the second Vlad think?
560.
There's 575 horsepower in a stock car. What do you say?
580.
580. I say the car will show 595 horsepower, and now we'll see which of us is right. We took measurements of our expensive car, and what do you think? It's one of the few cars this year that surprised, but in a very different way. Usually manufacturers of modern cars with turbo engines underestimate the power. With Cayenne the situation is different, and Vlad told us, and several other people confirmed that at Cayenne they overestimate the power. As a result,
532 horsepower and 751 newton torque.
The torque is good. Of course, our Vlad almost guessed the result. Yes. Please tell me how much power can be increased in this car, on stage 1, on stage 2. How much will it cost and what needs to be done for this?
For stage 1 you have to do a regular firmware, and we'll add 70 horsepower and 150 torque.
70 horsepower and 150 torque. What's the price?
For you or?
Not for me, for Cayenne.
800 euros.
800 euros. Is this high-quality firmware close to the original?
It's not close to the original firmware, it's optimizing and customizing the firmware that's already there, we're adjusting it.
Will it be done in a quality manner?
Of course.
Okay, stage 2.
We need to put a downpipe.
Fine. Price for stage 2?
1,500 euros, and we get about 40 more horsepower, and probably 50 more torque. But we're saying that plus 50 torque and 40 horsepower will be at the higher end of the range, and the difference will be greater at the lower end. That is, if we compare the stage 1 and stage 2 graphs, then it will inflate more on the lower indicators, and a little on the upper indicators.
That is, our curve will rise earlier and be flatter.
After stage 2,
it's for about €1,500. That's an adequate price, you'll agree. We get plus 100 horsepower and plus 200 torque, roughly. A lot, about 650 horsepower and 900 torque are very good numbers. The car accelerates from 0 to 100 km in 4 seconds. Your predictions, how many seconds from 0 to 100? According to the passport, the car accelerates in 4 seconds.
4.3 seconds.
4.3?
Yes.
I, as an optimist, will say that the car will accelerate to 100 km in 4 seconds, and you write in the comments your prediction. In fact, there are some interesting competitors ready for this car today. We'll see who comes, because they are afraid of this car. That's it, let's go to the race. Now on to your favorite column, racing. There will be some interesting cars to race today. It's BMW X my wife's 4, which will obviously just lose. Then the owner came Subaru, 1377 horsepower and a manual transmission. He often comes to our races, thank him very much. And, of course, Tesla Model X is the most interesting car. I think they will go with Porsche about the same. Enough talk, let's go to the race. Porsche just ate BMW.
Very confident.
1, 2, 3. $150, $160, $170. Space. 1, 2, 3. Wow, how smooth is the car going? It fails on gear shifting. Oh, wow. Everyone we overtook just flew away. 1, 2, 3.
Subaru takes a little longer to warm up.
1, 2, 3. How cool is that? Subaru fights great. But the manual transmission doesn't give you a chance. 3-0. 3 goals. As they say, 3 clean wins.
I was very surprised Subaru, he rides well.
It has a manual transmission.
If it had an automatic transmission, it would go a lot better.
Maybe.
It slows down a lot.
1, 2, 3. Are you seriously? Did you really go?
Yeah.
That's it, brother. 1, 2, 3.
Good answer. Great. That was awesome.
Great, man. Shit. That was a very cool run, actually. Let's turn around here, and I think we should try it again. You pressed something wrong there. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3.
At this speed, acceleration is great.
Yes, yes. 195 on the bend. 1, 2, 3.
That's it. It's hard after 140.
Yes, yes.
Almost.
Guys, here we finished our rival races, and the results are very interesting. Of course, my wife's BMW lost as expected. 360 horsepower can't compete against a twin-turbo V8. Now we have Forester, and Forester drove much better, but lost out when shifting because of the manual transmission. The owner often appears on our channel, does not miss any races, 1377 horsepower in the car, and the competition was quite tough. The most interesting race was, of course, with Tesla Model X. The owner of Tesla was about half an hour or almost an hour late. And not in vain we waited for him. Very interesting and difficult races. Of course, Cayenne pulls ahead from the spot, but the races are really cool. Several races, and from 40 and 60 km per hour to 150 Tesla is struggling. And that's it for us. Serdjio was with you. Autumn Kiev, Ukraine, let's go.